Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Persona 4 Part 150. I know 150. You probably are exhausted after maybe 100 or maybe 30 or lost track. I'm sorry, but if you're just now joining me and came up here on 150, you probably realize this is a really long game. I understand. And tackling this behemoth, not to mention tackling both versions of the game, something nobody, and I repeat, nobody on YouTube has done. It's nice to know that this is going to end in a week. And the PS2 versions are going to show up on Saturday this week, so bear that in mind. Anyway, we're going to talk to Naoto first, and if Yumi and I were to be completed, I would have been on the same floor as Naoto, and Yumi would have been right where she normally stood, on the second floor. So that's the only people you get in the school. You can walk around and talk to Miss Sofue, but I don't think she'll have nothing interesting to say. Once you manage to get your social links completed, and once you talk to them, that you have no more business there.
I apologize.
I mean, it's not, and also when you see multiple choices like this, it doesn't matter how you answer because there's no wrong answer. You're just saying goodbye, and all the hard legwork is done. Meaning, now that all your stats is up, you can go back and get every last social link as early as humanly possible and just finish them off. It'll try to finish them as quickly as humanly possible and make things a lot easier on you. And by the way, the only way you're able to do this, ladies and gentlemen, is if you have went for the true ending, well, the good ending basically. That's the only way you're able to do this. Because yeah, Marie would have disappeared, but for the most part, you would have been able to say goodbye to all of your social links, and you wouldn't have been able to complete Adachi. Because you have to get the true golden ending in order to complete him. So once we're done here, we could go into town and get everyone else. I mean, yeah, you can walk around the school and you can say hi to people, but it's not going to actually give you anything useful or helpful. Now let's go to the bus stop. You got 3 places. You can go to the municipal hospital to visit Sayoko, go to the you can go up the hill to the daycare center to visit Eri, and also you can visit you could go in the Amagi Inn. By the way, this is also the same thing in Persona 4 Vanilla, so well, the only difference is you don't have Marie and Adachi saying goodbye to you. Anyway, the nurses will tell you that Sayoko is in Africa, and that Urahara was pretty much studying a foreign language so that she could be a woman that you would actually like. Well, needless to say, we actually did encourage the slutty nurse to become a very responsible and reasonable woman. And the nurses definitely know about about the flirting she did with you. So therefore, there's not much to say except those nurses are actually starting to get more, enthusiastic about work because Sayoko's actually getting more enthusiastic. In fact, we won't be seeing Sayoko again, stop me if you heard this one before, in Persona 5 during Takemi's confidant rank, because she'll be asking Sayoko for advice to cure an uncurable disease that only she knows about. Anyway, we'll be going up the hill to the daycare center next as part of our goodbye tour. And we'll be talking to all of the... Well, we'll be talking to Eri and also to Yuta. Doesn't matter who you talk to, since the social link is primarily Eri. It really doesn't matter who you talk to. You either play with Eri or talk with Yuta. It doesn't matter. Either way, Yuta will thank you for bringing Eri closer to him, and Eri will thank you for making her understand that Yuta is the most important thing in the world, and it doesn't really matter in the end whether they're not related by blood or whether they're related by blood. There's nothing in the world that's there's nothing in the world more important than a child's safety. That's basically what brought them closer together. And the funny thing is, the people thought that I was dating her. Oh, even funnier. There's a bit on the Persona 4 animation where you was saying, where you was helping all the social links, and among the social links, Sayoko was still flirting with him. I think Nanako, Chie, Yukiko, and Rise were all looking to see what he was doing on his off time, and he was actually helping Hisano, and they thought he was a cradle robber. They thought that Yuta was his kid when he saw Yuta and Eri with him, and also they thought that he was dating an older woman when Sayoko was trying to flirt with him. So they practically followed him around all the time. And also he was tutoring Shu as well. So they thought that he had another bastard kid, and they were just questioning him. Poor guy. And in order for to lose them, you ended up wearing Teddy's outfit, basically. And that's hilarious. But nonetheless, we ended up coming to the Amagi Inn, which is something that isn't the original. However, it looks a lot better in the PC version of Persona 4 than what it does in the PS2 and the Vita. But at the exact same time, if you were not romantically involved with Yukiko, she would practically offer to bring everybody back to the hot springs whenever I come back to town. But since I'm romantically involved with her, she's planning on wanting to come with me. So, well, eventually. However, she's not only going to stay in the inn, but she's going to be the manager too. Which all of that gets thrown out thanks to Persona 4 Ultimax. Or Persona 4 Arena. Which technically is the same thing, because Ultimax is actually a DLC upgrade. Just saying. But whatever the case,
Thank you.
Yukiko will be saying goodbye. She will always love you. And that's the thing that people kind of miss when it comes to the dialogues. Rise, whether she's your girlfriend or not, will confess her love to you every chance she gets, even if she's not your girlfriend. So now that we've gotten everybody on traveling distance, now we can go into the shopping district proper. First person to talk to is Chie. Okay, that's not Chie. Okay, where's Chie? There she is. Well, needless to say, this is a long part, and it's practically nothing but meeting up with your social links. The most important parts will be coming later on. Oh, yes it will, but you have to go through this first. If you manage to get all your social links done, you have to go through this first. However, there's something that needs to be addressed. I did mention that Margaret may not be fought. There's a reason for that. I thought that you can fight Margaret in New Game Plus. No, in New Game, in Golden. No, you can't. It is New Game Plus, and it has to be for the PS2. And past me didn't think about that, and me that said that several parts ago didn't think about that either, and I apologize. But don't worry, Margaret will be on the PS2, and it will be one hell of a battle. How I'll win it, I don't know. On that note, we still got more people to hang out with. Like, for instance, Margaret. Oh, by the way, this one's actually voiced.
You have come.
Well, somewhat. It's, after she makes the, choice later on, is what makes it vocal. It's like mostly vocal, basically. Like this. Yeah, the second choice.
Now, close your eyes. Why, you ask? So that you don't witness my sinfulness.
You know, some things never change. Elizabeth just outright have sex with you.
Why did I steal a kiss? Is that what you were going to ask? But it's you who was the thief.
Well, I wasn't joking about that, although it's something like Sayoko where it's explicitly stated. Yeah, Elizabeth does sleep with the MC. So that's what happens when you max out her social link in Persona 3. Whether it's Persona 3, Persona 3 FES, or Persona 3 Portable. Whatever the case, we're also going to be hanging out with the rest of the people. Now, Rise is here too. And we have, like, Shu right up the street. Everybody in the North End, which, by the way, you have to go to Aya in order to find your fellow athletes. And afterwards, we have the Samagawa floodplain, and that'll be it. Oh, Junez, almost forgot about that. And then we go back to Dojima, and Dojima's going to be the last person we're going to do, and that will pretty much be the last person we say goodbye to. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. Marie's somewhere along the line here. You gotta talk to her as well. Saying goodbye to her. I really don't want to, but it's for the best. But more importantly, it's not really goodbye, considering we're gonna be opening the events for the true final dungeon. So, anyway, I bet people are wondering one other thing. What had happened to my voice over the years? Well, I think I kind of explained that I've had, like, a teeth cleaning with a dental surgery, and I had a root canal, and it changed my voice for it getting a little bit deeper, because, yeah, I'm still feeling the effects of that, by the way. I also had, like, a couple of, I would say, abscesses removed from my teeth, and good lord, those things hurt. And if there's anything else I need to mention, oh yeah, also the whole entire thing with me starting to lose weight and had blood work and all that stuff done, where they had shot me multiple times in the arms. I've been a little bit woozy, and my voice has never picked up to the high pitch you guys were used to back within 12 years ago, or I think like 9 years ago, basically, when I started doing Let's Plays and stuff like that. Yeah, my voice sounded young, but things happen. But nonetheless, that will probably answer any questions. Meanwhile, as far as for Chu went, he's still playing baseball, but he won't be able to see you again. So yeah, he's already been done. And there's Marie, unfortunately. We have to deal with that snooty bitch again. I wish I could buy a steak skewer, but I can't. No, Atlas. No. I'm done with the tsundere crap. I really am. I am done with the tsundere crap. We had to deal with the tsundere crap for an entire dungeon, along with her terrible slam poetry. We had to deal with the tsundere crap on Valentine's Day. We had to deal with the tsundere crap during her social links. Can we not deal with any more of her tsundere crap? Well, she'll end up warming up to us, because we're gonna be opening up the dungeon that may star her, technically. Yeah. Give it time. So, with that said, we no longer have to worry about the we no longer have to worry about the fog, at least for now, because she's dealt with it, supposedly. Oh, by the way, talk to Kanji. And the reason why I passed up the shrine, I did not get the fox completed in Golden. Had I got the fox completed in Golden, I'd be able to talk to the shrine, and the fox and I would probably hang out. So other than that, aside from 3, we got every last one of them done. By the way, I almost forgot. The last one we can't do because, well, we gotta progress the story. And it doesn't matter what you say here, you've got an unshakable bond with Kanji. Kanji is practically teaching everybody how to make the dolls that he made throughout his social link. So it's not really that hard to laugh. He's actually making a living, and he's got people interested in his craft. So now, he's going to teach that. However, that too will be forgotten come Persona 4 Arena. I mean, what can I say? It's as if everything they've done throughout this game will be completely forgotten in Arena. Or maybe it has something to do with the fact that Arena came first before Golden. I think that's what happened. Apparently, Arena's supposed to be either in between Golden or in between the summer vacation or something like that in Golden. I'm not too sure of the timeline. Atlas definitely dropped the ball on that because he ended up making a sequel. So yeah, I'm not too sure on how that timeline worked. Oh, sorry about that. That's my cat. He just woke up. I'll be right back. Oh, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's technically the next morning when I'm recording this. Primarily because a motorcycle gang just so happened to be up all hours of the night. Unfortunately, they happened to be blaring Hotel California and all sorts of various music that would more than likely get my channel strucken down, and I don't need that bullcrap. So on that note, let's continue on. After talking to Kanji, we're now going to be talking to Naoki. And while my voice is a little bit deep because I just woke up, that's why. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I just woke up and I feel a little more sluggish than before, primarily because I had to take my medicines early in the morning. But nonetheless, even Naoki's doing better because they are practically selling pretty much bootleg liquor, or should I say handcrafted liquor. It's not really bootleg because they're not making it in the bathtub, but I'm just kidding. They're selling liquor and starting to get the profits back. Because Konishi's Liquors was about to be closed because of Junes, because Junes also sold liquor. It's going to come to the point where everyone in the entirety of Inaba will start helping out Junes, and in turn helping out their entire town, because at the start of the game, remember, everyone hated Junes because it was a monopoly starting to run all the businesses out of town. And that's basically and Naoki's starting to get back his family and starting to get back the family business. So needless to say, he's feeling a lot better. Oh yeah, and you won't be able to meet the fellow athletes until you get rid of, until you deal with all of the social links that are between North and South shopping districts. And the same would go for the Fox. So on that note, once we're done with the fellow athletes, whoa, all we have to do is head over to Samagawa and then to Junes, and then we talk to Dojima to finish things out. So, if Daisuke was the one that was actually completed, Daisuke would instead actually get over his fear of girls, or his hatred of girls. Because let's be honest, the man got burned. The man had one girlfriend, she cheated on him, and he got burned after that. So all of Daisuke's problems would be gone by the time of rank 10, and Ko and Yosuke would support the man. In fact, Daisuke would actually find himself a new girlfriend. But here, Ko is the one that actually was dealing with his family's problems, and now that he finally took his family's problems and just wanted to live his life and support his family his own way, he no longer has to worry about his family or any sort of burdens or things like that. Well, needless to say, no matter who you choose, their problems would be solved. And had Yomi or I been the two people you've actually met, I would actually be glad that you chose to be her girlfriend and actually showed her to be a little bit more nicer. Yumi would actually be glad that you were there for her father's sake, and she would go back to acting in the drama club. Meanwhile, Ayane, if you actually chose her, she would actually um, be in the band permanently, and she would be playing with more confidence. So that's the things that we'll be missing out. And as for the fox would practically be glad that you helped it gain more money, and the shrine would be a lot bigger than what it normally was. So on that note, we just go to the Samagawa floodplains. And this is where we're going to meet Hisano. Oh, and the fisherman's gone.
My.
By the way, now that I stop and think about it, if you actually completed the fox,
Goodness,
the
I am
fisherman
so
would be the one that
happy.
actually would tell you about the shrine. So, yeah. Now we have Hisano here. It doesn't matter what you tell her, she would be thrilled to be back with her kids. And the thing is, while she was wishing for death and she was claiming herself as death, she completely forgot that she had grandkids and children who also missed their father. And the fact that it hurt them just as much as they hurt her, as much as it hurt her, she actually went to live with them and wanted them to treat her like she was dead, but in actuality, they cared for her because she's all they got left. And needless to say, at least Hisano finally gotten over her grief. So that's one less regret. That's one less regret that they'll have. Well, at least Hisano will have before she passes away. So,
Yes.
like I said, it doesn't matter what you ask her, she'll be just fine. And needless to say, Hisano was the easiest person to rank up once you're able to get her available during the summer, because she doesn't really have a level restriction. All you have to do is basically go to Daidara to complete her. And talk to Daidara, don't forget about that part. But needless to say, after every Sunday having to spend with her, at least I know I can actually say I completed her too. But she was one of the ones I didn't complete either the first time, and I ended up completing her the second go round, and that was because of the fact that I tried to get to Daidara, but I couldn't get to him in time. She was like the last social link to deal with. And needless to say, Hisano is basically glad
I'll see you again.
that she was able to at least enjoy life. So for the most part, at least she's not talking about herself being dead. So now we're gonna have to go to Junez. And the game will not let us go any further until we do. So let's go to Junez, and then we'll be talking to Yosuke and Teddy. We just have to meet him in the food court. And no, we're not going into the Midnight Channel. Yet. Anyway, there's Teddy and Yosuke.
Yo!
And needless to say, Yosuke was the second to last person we say goodbye to, even though he's the first person we actually became friends with. How ironic. Life just hates Yosuke for some reason. That's all I need to say. But look on the bright side. At least he's not in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Oh wait, yeah, he is. But at least this is a Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle where, let's just say he has, like, terrible run-ins. Terrible run-ins. Namely, Hazama, Hyde, Platinum, Hilda. Yeah, those guys. Oh, and Teddy gets the shortest end of the stick. At least Yosuke doesn't get transported to the Isle of Brotherly Paradise. See Blaze Blue for more details of that. Meanwhile, Teddy wants to fight because he heard that Yosuke and me got into a fight. And oh, by the way, now that I mention it, if you have all your members in the team and Yosuke's and Teddy's left behind, sometimes they'll show up in the older dungeons, and when they do, you could talk to them. They'll give you stuff, and you can encourage them. Here's the thing. Yosuke and Teddy's conversation, Teddy will mention something about how Yosuke was basically apologizing to his family for the fight that he had with you at rank 10. Because someone actually caught you two fighting and went and told his parents. Life just hates Yosuke. Boy. But nonetheless, Teddy and Yosuke is basically done saying goodbyes. In fact, Teddy is going to be working now. And thank God, because I don't need him to be crashing at my house again. I'm not going to forgive the fact that he put hair in the eggs and put a porno mag in the goddamn salad. Why in the hell would you do that? That's disrespectful. Anyway, last but not least is Dojima. In order for to actually continue on, you're gonna have to talk to Dojima, not Nanako.
Hey.
And this will cover both Dojima and Nanako. So, how you continue, instead of saying not all of them, that's if you want to continue going on and there's some people you miss. But if you say most of them, and by the way, Dojima should be the last person you talk to, because if you talk to him, you'll miss out on the rest of your social links. So, yeah. Nanako and Dojima are saying goodbye. And Nanako is trying not to cry, because she just got out of the hospital and she just overcame a near-death experience, almost being killed at the hands of Namatame's recklessness. So, I'll try to be as nice as I humanly possibly can to Nanako, because, yeah, she's been through a lot, and she's just too good for this earth.
Big bro.
And of course we'll remember her. Because every time we come home, she's always there, well, except for November, that is, she's always there to greet us with welcome back. At least, I would be so glad to see Nanako again if it meant playing through the whole game all over again. Now, here's just the problem. November I could definitely do without. I mean, I like Heaven, don't get me wrong, but the events leading up to it just brings out the assholeness in Dojima, and everything just goes completely awry. Let's just put it to you like that. I mean, Dojima may be a jerk at the start, but he warms up a little bit. Uh-oh. Now she done gone and said it. Oh no. And thus starts the Sister Complex King's rise to fame. I mean, Sister Complex Kingpin. Yeah, that is actually Yu's name in Persona 4 Arena. I think it was actually the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, but still. The poor guy, he's practically going to be stuck with that label, especially when he's like completely distorted by the Midnight Channel as he's thinking that Yosuke's trying to hit on Nanako. Oh god, when we get to Persona 4 Arena, that's going to be something else. But then again, I did say the next Persona game that I ever played was going to be 5. But we're going to say no to going back, because if we say yes, that's going to be the good ending. So we're instead going to say no. And what we're going to do instead is go into town. And we're going to go to Junes. Well, we can also go to Okina City and Shichiro Beach right about now. You don't have that option in the PS2. But you'll find out that there's nothing else left to buy or nothing else left to do. So let's go back to Inaba, and instead we're going to be going to Junes, because there's something important that needs to be done in Junes. So what you're going to do, go up to the elevator and say yes. And then, afterwards, there'll be a cutscene. So with that said, while you reminisce, you'll know why exactly I'm doing this. Because, like I said, if I would have just said yes and went back, that would have been the good ending. We're going for the true ending, people.
Huh? What a coincidence! It must be destiny!
Oh, so you guys came here too! It's our very own special headquarters. There are so many memories here.
Yo there, Senpai. I thought you'd be here.
We had a feeling we'd run into everyone if we came here.
We were planning on seeing you off at the station tomorrow, but I was feeling too restless, so I decided to come here.
Well, since we're all here, why don't we have something to eat?
Ooh, let's have steak! Steak! And make Yosuke pay for everything!
Will you shut up about your steaks?
I really had fun in this world.
Dude, your whole existence is about fun. Well, what we've gone through wasn't all fun and games. But I gotta say, I've never felt so fulfilled in my life.
It seems we've been working on this forever, but at the same time, it felt like it went so fast. We won't ever gather here again like this, or tear our hair out trying to solve the mysteries. Even if we wanted to talk about it all, there were so many extraordinary things that no one would believe us. Come to think of it, for me, I think it all started when Chie told me about the Midnight Channel.
I think I heard about it from her too. How did you learn about it, Chie?
I guess it was just a random rumor. A lot of girls were trying it out.
Huh. I wonder how it started then.
Who knows? Maybe someone accidentally came across it?
The Midnight Channel. You know, that really was the cause of everything. I mean, the fog lifted after we caught Adachi, but there's still a lot of stuff that isn't clear yet. It's still foggy over there, too.
Some weird guy might use it to do bad things again.
Didn't that Amino something monster say it granted us power?
I bestowed power onto those who could brave the hollow forest. In other words, he gave the power to enter TVs to those who awakened to their persona ability, so that he might use us as pawns to enact his scheme.
Hey, that reminds me. Didn't your hand suddenly slip into the TV even before anything happened to you? Does that mean you're an exception? Well, wait, then what about Adachi and Namatame? Those two could go inside TVs before all this stuff about personas, right?
What? Then Senpai and the other two could do it for some other reason?
There must be something you're not remembering. Anything come to your mind, Senpai?
A letter? Hey, this better not be another warning. Huh? This is from jail? It's from Adachi.
I'm sure you're surprised to get this letter out of the blue. I'm writing this because there's something I need to tell you. Ever since I made it out alive, there are some things I understand now. It's true that my game's over. As you all insisted at the time, I'll abide by the rules of this world. But as long as I'm in stir here, I can't clean up after myself. So I hope this will give you something to think about regarding this case. There's still this feeling I can't shake. It's about how it all started, about that midnight channel. Now I remember, someone told me about it when I first came to town, before I heard the rumors at the station. And I was intrigued when I noticed that something similar was written on Namatame's reports as well. But I can't remember who it was that told me. Since Namatame and I both gained our power after coming to Inaba, I have a feeling that has something to do with it. I don't know if any of this will be useful or not, but I hope it can help somehow. When I'm here, I think of Dojima-san, Nanako-chan, and you. A lot. Though my time with you didn't seem like much fun before. It's strange. Despite it all, I'm grateful to you. Thank you. But let me just say this. You're a dumbass. You take the path you choose, and I'll think about what that means to me too. I doubt I'll ever see you again, but stay healthy. Goodbye.
And with that said, now Adachi is the last social link to be completed. And that's basically going to be your goodbye to Adachi, since he's going to be spending the rest of his life in jail. Well, that is, until Ultimax happens. No, he'll still be in jail in Ultimax, but still. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we now have completed Hunger. And by playthrough standards, that is every single social link that has been completed. Well, if this was all completed on Golden, I would have got a special prize after I dealt with the events leading up to the last and final area being unlocked. But seeing as how I just unlocked Hunger to completion, we now get one of the best personas to ever... Well, let's just be honest. It's a persona I like the most. And it's basically Magatsu Izanagi. And if you think he's good now, well, wait till you get him as DLC in Persona 5 and also Persona 5 Royal.
It's not very helpful to know that he can't remember who it was.
I'm not sure how to put it, but I kinda know the feeling. It's like... I don't know how to say this. Like something's connecting all these things. Something beyond what we can see. That world, the Midnight Channel, the ability to enter TVs. They all feel like separate things. You know what I mean? First the rumors, then the serial murder, followed by us deciding to investigate the case. If they all really were separate, they wouldn't fit together like this, right? There has to be some kind of conductor behind everything.
So you think the person Adachi mentioned, the one who told him about the Midnight Channel, is that conductor? Did I strike gold again? It's seriously just something that popped into my head!
Senpai, is there anything like that you can think of? We were involved in a murder case last year, which we succeeded in solving. But the monster we fought last said we did well in playing our parts. Perhaps this means Adachi and Namatame were players as well. Could it be that from the beginning, this serial murder case was merely a portion of a much larger scheme? And none of the people who were directly involved in the case ever suspected it.
Hey, this scheme. Could it be the whole thing about filling both worlds with the fog and turning mankind into shadows? So someone was behind the scenes watching us. The culprits. And maybe even that monster. And he manipulated Adachi and Namatame at the very beginning so everything would come together perfectly?
Let's go out into town. We might find something. Although, you may be the only one capable of noticing it. Please contact the rest of us should you come across anything.
We can't say our goodbyes tomorrow with this hanging over our heads. Let's go figure this out.
And seeing as how the Midnight Channel is something we need to deal with once and for all, we need to retrace our steps. And there's only one person we know that we met before all this happened. It was Dojima. And all we need to do is talk to Dojima, and we'll be doing that, not to mention unlocking the final stage in the game in part 151. This is RVMan985. Peace out, and meanwhile in Persona 4 will be coming in Saturday. See you guys next time.